What's happening, guys? It's Kit. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Has gaming lost its charm for you? Maybe you're tired of the live service FOMO and formulaic sequels. Maybe you're just not having fun anymore. A lot of people feel this way. It's actually a really common thing to think about these days. And a lot of the time, people seem to land on, oh, games are just bad or boring now. But that's not the case. Sure, there's more bad, boring, or formulaic games now than ever, but there's also plenty of great ones. In my opinion, we are living in a new golden age for video games. So why can it be a struggle to enjoy it? Well, I think I've been able to find some key ways to enjoy gaming again, but let's start off with the obvious thing that everyone always says. The answer that most people online will jump to is, oh, just play indie games. And sure, indie games are great and I love them, but people act like they aren't oversaturated too. All it takes is one look at Steam and you can see how many there are. And frankly, you don't have time to comb through them all looking for those games that will eventually get labeled as a hidden gem in 5 years by IGN when they run out of things to make headlines for a month. Indies are not the catch-all that everyone needs to fall into when gaming isn't fun anymore. But at the same time, don't ignore them completely. Some indie games are truly special, like the absolutely incredible Hades if you're interested in something challenging, with great visuals, music, and characters. Or the fantastic VALHEIM if you want something slower paced but more in your Minecraft realm with a bit more realism. There are some great indies to find. The problem though is finding them. And where do you even start looking for new games to play? How do you know what you want to find? Stepping out of your comfort zone can be a great way to find new games to play that you find fun or enjoyable. A big reason people don't find games fun anymore is because they play the same things again and again. And if you ask Fast from Far Cry 3 what he thinks of that, he'll tell you straight up. Now, I'm not saying that if you only play farming games like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, that you should then jump to Elden Ring, because that probably won't go well. But you should find vague connections and try out something different. But for example, whenever I was struggling after years of playing basically nothing but shooters, I tried something new. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is a game set in the Metal Gear series, but you really don't need to know anything about the series to enjoy it. Which is a really good thing, because I still don't know the difference between Big Boss, Solid Snake, and Venom Snake, aside from the fact that they're all invisible. But as you can already see from the footage, this game is very different from shooters I'd usually play. The connection I made was fast movement and close quarters combat. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is a fantastic game with some amazing music, great combat, and awesome boss fights. But that's what I mean, find those vague connections. Maybe you like farming games. Do you like them for the farming or the characters? If it's for the farming, maybe try Slime Rancher, which has more emphasis on farming slimes and exploration rather than crops and other people. If it's for the characters, why not try something like Life is Strange, which is heavily character focused and has a choices matter aspect. Go outside your comfort zone, but within reason. But what if you like your comfort zone and you don't want to leave it? Like it's a perfect little bubble protecting you from harm. And Ubisoft, well, that's even easier then. You're a fan of shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield? Well, why not try the fantastic Titanfall 2, which has an incredible campaign and a still active multiplayer community? Or the Finals, if the destructive environments of Battlefield is what hooks you. Or maybe even Squad if you want something slower and more realistic and military. Maybe you like open world games like Saints Row and GTA. Why not try out Just Cause 3, which has a bigger emphasis on the chaos, the explosions, and guns? Or if you want something even closer in that crime genre, then try out Sleeping Dogs, which is an incredible game, and it is a shame that it never got a sequel, but is somehow getting a movie? My point is, the games you play may be your comfort zone, and the genres that you stick with is what you enjoy. But you should still look around in those genres instead of just playing the newest Call of Duty or GTA. But to be fair, I'm very excited for the new GTA. But even in your comfort zone, it's important to realize, what do you like or what do you dislike about certain genres? For example, with me, I don't like battle royales much. I find them too slow, and spending 5 to 10 minutes looting and gearing up only to die in my first fight is something that doesn't interest me and completely bores me. So I took a look at that, realized that I don't like the slowness of the games, which led me to try my now favorite battle royale, and one you probably haven't heard much of, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt. Bloodhunt takes the traditional battle royale formula and sprinkles in some of the Vampire the Masquerade lore, factions, abilities, and style, and I'd highly advise you to try it out as it is shutting down permanently in 2026, which is a damn shame. But what do you enjoy in your games? Are you a big fan of the music and the atmosphere? Well then why not give Skyrim or Doom 2016 a try? Do you like pretty visuals and interesting art direction? Why not try Okami or Heartworm, which is absolutely incredible? Do you like RPG games but you don't like reading a lot? Well, Cyberpunk 2077 or Fallout New Vegas, give them a try. Explore your comfort zones and take a look at what you enjoy in your games. By now, you might have noticed something with the games I'm recommending though. They're not always brand new shiny games. Some of them are older. And this doesn't mean that you should write them off entirely. I understand some people don't like older games due to things like dated visuals, controls, or accessibility on different platforms, and that's completely fine. But do not count them out. Borderlands 2 was released in 2012 and is still one of the best looter shooters I've ever played, with beautiful visuals, great progression, awesome music, and some really fun characters and a really interesting story. Or what about Prototype, a super fun superhero or super villain game, that's way too many supers, based on these weird venom looking powers. Older games can be incredible, and while they're not all amazing, they definitely don't deserve to be counted out just due to its age. And I understand that accessibility can be a problem, but if you're on PC, 8 out of 10 times this won't be an issue, and consoles have so much backwards compatibility these days, it's easier than ever. But how do you pick where to go and what to experience? Sure, say you're wanting to experiment with older games or within a genre you like, but how do you actually pick a game? Well, think back to when you were younger for a minute. You'd walk into your local game store and look around, not knowing much about reviews or what made a good game, just knowing what types of games you like and the money that you could spend. You'd pick up a game with a cool box art, maybe take a look at the back briefly, and then take it to the counter. Why did we stop? Sure, as you get older, you get wiser, you learn what makes a game good, bad, and ugly. You start to read reviews and hear general consensus before picking something up, but why? It's hard to get the knowledge that you already have about games in your head out or to ignore it, but stop looking into them. You want to find a new game? Go onto a digital store or into a physical store, look at some box arts, read the descriptions, look at the screenshots, and then buy your game off of that. There have been tons of games that didn't sell or review well that I have personally enjoyed. Starfield was beaten upon release in reviews and general consensus, but I really enjoyed it. The aforementioned Sleeping Dogs didn't sell the best, but it is an absolutely incredible game. So take a risk. You never know what you might find and what you might enjoy. Another thing to avoid when it comes to this is gaming discourse. Reviews can be good, and hearing other players' opinions can be helpful when buying a new game, but my god, gamers are some of the biggest crybabies I've ever met. I love gaming, and it's genuinely my biggest interest, from playing games or learning about how they're made. It's just so interesting to me. But players, or players, as I've taken to calling them as I'm now recording this, they just like to complain. Think of how many times you thought a game looked cool until you opened your social media of choice and seen GamerFreak229 complaining about it because they don't like how the game looks, or how it plays, or the fact that there's a woman, because we all know they don't actually exist. Avoid this. Avoid all of this like the plague. Maybe you're bummed out when it comes to your games because every day is another blank game is dead, or blank sucks because I can't see every blade of grass. Just like you would ignore a friend saying something you love is trash just because they don't like it, why should GamerFreak229 be treated any differently? But yes, there is a big blocker when it comes to buying new games, especially when not wanting to pay reviews or discourse any mind. Money! Now more than ever, games can be harder to get your hands on, but something people don't talk about enough is that also more than ever, it's cheaper to get your hands on some quality titles. Be it sales or older games that are now cheaper or free-to-play titles. But I'm not just talking about base price, I'm talking about system requirements, whether you're on console or PC. I'm talking about bang for your buck. Games like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, while not being the easiest to run when it comes to system requirements, it is commonly on sale, and when not on sale, only costs around $30. And you can get a hell of a lot of playtime out of it, with an expansive and beautiful world to explore, fun quests, and amazing gameplay. Or let's go a bit older. How about Flat Out Ultimate Carnage? It's one of the most fun racing games I've ever played and costs under $20. lots of cups to complete, and even some really fun arcade modes. Or how about the aforementioned Heartworm? It's an incredible indie game that only costs around 10 bucks. It's insanely pretty, has a really good customizable experience when it comes to the controls and look of the game, and it is one of the most interesting games I've ever played. Experimentation is good, yes, but with money unfortunately being an object, sales are also incredible. Steam is of course the best thing to mention here, with sales happening constantly, but the other storefronts aren't anything to snuff at either. Snuff? Is that a word? Snuff? Scoff. Scoff was the word I meant. Xbox frequently has sales, as does PlayStation, but sites like Humble Bundle are great as well. And if you think it's value for your money, Game Pass is still a great choice, even with its recent price increase. But that's a topic for another day. But there is more than one way to get as much bang for your buck as you can. I remember as a kid, I didn't have the opportunity to get new games all the time. So to extend my playtime with my favorite games, I would frequently challenge myself. For example, I remember trying to play Minecraft without eating meat, just fish and veggies. So technically as a kid, I did eat my vegetables, but just virtually. Or another one I tried was playing Saints Row with only the Vice 9 pistol. Challenge runs are fun and interesting. They can force you to play your favorite games in new and exciting ways. Why not a challenge run of Skyrim where you can only use magic? What about a challenge run of Far Cry 3 where you can only use weapons you find on the ground? Try it out. You never know what might be a fun challenge for you. It might even cause you to start planning ahead, playing slower, or even taking notes in a journal while you play. I had that exact experience when it comes to Breath of the Wild. I didn't let myself look up anything about areas. I didn't let myself get any sort of help. I went into the game and I just played it. And I had a phenomenal time playing it. I filled out a notebook with things I wanted to remember, little locations. I marked my in-game map. It was so much fun. Challenge runs are great, but also not jumping to a guide or help every single time you get stuck is equally as good as a challenge run and can help extend your playtime. You never know what might be fun for you until you try. What's fun for you might not be fun for someone else, and what's fun for someone else might not be fun for you. Experiment with your games. They're entertainment after all. But at the end of the day, there is one key problem when it comes to why you don't enjoy games anymore. You may have been able to pick up on it if you've been paying attention. Us. No, I'm not talking about the horror movie. We are the problem. Let's be honest, time passes and we can't stop that. You probably think back to when you were a kid and think to yourself, wow, I had so much fun back then. What changed? You did. You've gotten older. Probably gotten more cynical with your games. We probably know how games tick and are made. An elevator in a game isn't just an elevator anymore. Maybe you used to sit in them as a kid and you'd be like excited seeing where you're going to end up on the other side, but now you just see it as a hidden loading screen. But that's okay. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy games anymore. If you're playing a game and a weird glitch happens, laugh at it. Don't jump to that cynical, oh, full price game in 2025. Let yourself enjoy things. It's a game. Have fun with it. Be silly with it. Let yourself enjoy things. And this is key. Let other people enjoy things. You don't feel like playing a game and you're not having fun? Then don't. Play another game. Don't force it. And don't go online afterwards and start talking crap on people because they're enjoying it and they're playing it. Relax. This is a hobby. It's not a job. Enjoy yourself and have fun. That's what games are for. They're for the enjoyment, for the fun, for those amazing moments, and for a hell of a good time. Yes!
I'm sorry, Ange.
No, hey, Louie!
What? What'd she just do? Let's get roofied?
Hey, sugar. What's your pleasure?
You are.
Headphones and a dark room.
Well, anything's a dark room when you have a blindfold on.